4 most disturbing TV hijackings in history. Now I ain't gonna care. I know they be taking over broadcasts and stuff like that. I'm not gonna lie. The people who do that, you guys have to be tech gods. How do you physically do this, bro? Oh my.
Perhaps the most popular TV hijacking is the Max Headroom incident. It's likely you've seen it before. A man dressed in a suit, sunglasses, and most notably a Max Headroom mask.
Okay, wait, hold on. You mean to tell me this is what happened on the TV hijack? So you mean to tell me you went to a mainstream media channel. Out of all the shit that you could have put up on here, you decided to razzle dazzle with an jab step with an illusion behind the screen. Yeah, I ain't gonna cap. Like, you just enjoying life at this point, bro.
Max Headroom was a fictional character advertised as the first computer-generated TV presenter.
Okay.
He first appeared in his own movie before the character got his own TV program. Popular back in the mid-80s, it's likely most everyone instantly recognized the mask when on November 22nd, 1987, a sports segment on WGN-TV was abruptly hijacked.
What?
This being what appeared on the screens of thousands.
McMahon and McKinnon, 14-0 Bears, then the defense, which hadn't put up...
Damn, 14-0? Yeah, y'all, I'm glad you hijacked that shit. Y'all was getting swept? Oh yeah, nah, they needed to see something else.
In 12 quarters, finally did...
Oh my... What the? Oh my.
The hijacking lasted a total of 17 seconds before engineers at WGN were able to regain control of the broadcast tower by switching to a backup frequency. At the time, not even they knew what had happened.
Well, if you're wondering what's happened, so am I. Actually, the computer that we have running our news from time to time took off and went wild.
Buddy talking about took off and went wild. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. They PR'd your shit right. They don't want to say, oh, we got hijacked. You know what I'm saying? Because then it's like, bro, who in the tech? Who in the tech force was not doing their job? Who left the password to the server on the fucking desk, bro?
We're from the top of the Bears and tell you once again about the 30-10 victory they had over Detroit today out at Soldier Field. We'll show you from the top and show you again.
The video itself shows the man in the Max Headroom mask swaying erratically, all while the background rotates from side to side.
Like, what?
This is seemingly to recreate the look from the actual Max Headroom show, which features a similar background. During the hijacking, a distorted buzzing sound can be heard. Only the visuals were successfully hijacked. However, on that same day, a few hours later, a different station, WTTW, was also hijacked by the same group.
Okay.
And this time there was audio.
You should be open with the old ones of your tribe. That is the only way to learn.
I'll get you a hot drink, miss.
Okay. God damn, this nigga did it again. Y'all just letting this motherfucker just run through all y'all shit. Like, damn. Y'all still ain't call him, bro? Isn't this like a federal crime?
I think I've got chicks worse than working with Jesus.
Oh my. What the fuck? What the hell? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This got to be like top 5 rage baits of all time, bro. He just razzle dazzling like all up in y'all face. Like, bro, imagine he did this shit at the Super Bowl.
I still see the X. Oh, my files.
Wow.
Oh, I just made a giant masterpiece for all the greatest world newspaper nerds.
Don't be talking about nerds, bro. You a tech god. How the hell you get the server? We're all nerds here, okay? You took the time to fucking hijack a TV channel, okay? Let's not do that, okay?
This second incident lasted longer at about 90 seconds. This is because no engineers were on duty at the time, meaning no one was there to quickly switch to a backup frequency. The motive behind the interruption is unknown, as there isn't really ever one clearly established, even with audio.
Okay.
Many suggest the man was simply rambling on, saying any nonsense sentence that came to mind. However, others think differently.
I think I've got Chuck Swirsky.
The man mentions Chuck Swirsky,
who
was
is
a
that?
TV reporter employed by WGN. At one point, the man also begins humming the tune to Clutch Cargo, a cartoon that aired on WGN. He followed this with I Still See the Axe. This is possibly a reference to the last episode of Clutch Cargo aired on WGN, titled Big Axe.
What?
I still see the X.
Oh my god.
Oh, I guess they're a giant masterpiece for all the greatest world newspaper nerds.
What
Additionally,
the
man mentions how he made a giant masterpiece for all the greatest world newspaper nerds. He likely meant World's Greatest Newspaper, or WGN, the first station that was hijacked. Perhaps he felt wronged by the station in some way, and the hijacking was deliberately created for and against WGN.
Oh
or
my
maybe
gosh.
everything he said was all nonsense. Whatever the case, the FBI immediately started an investigation, confident they would be able to find whoever was responsible for the interference.
But the odds, I'd say, if a guy continues to involve himself, either sporadically or continuously, it's very great that we will determine who it is.
Months, years, and now even decades have passed with no sign of who's behind the Max Headroom mask.
Yeah, the FBI y'all couldn't find, bro. Don't y'all got access to like damn near everything? Yo, that is insane, bro. I'm not gonna lie. This guy has to be top 5, bro. There's no way.
At least 3 people were involved. One under the mask, one behind the camera, which can be proven from a slight shift in the camera's angle at one point, and one rotating the background, which is shown stopping when they step into frame themselves. Also known is that the video was not recorded live, rather it was pre-recorded. This is proven with the visible cut in the video. To this day, it remains unknown who hijacked the 2 TV stations. No one has ever been charged.
What? That's crazy.
On August 19, 1987, during the 4 p.m. edition of KNBC's Channel 4.
Y'all see how this all happened back in the day? Y'all must have been still working with tech, cause I ain't gonna lie, they chat, I'm not gonna lie, bro. If somebody were to hijack this shit now, you might be like that. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest, bro. Chat, if you're able to hijack a modern day TV channel, well, all the stuff we have now, like VPNs, all that, that's insane.
David Horowitz was interrupted by an unidentified man walking into the studio. The man appears in frame armed and hands David a set of papers.
What?
He instructs him to read them. And without another option, David calmly does what he's told.
Damn, what the
What is this?
He's got a gun.
Let me see what it says. All right.
He's got a gun to his back.
Well, let me read this. Folks, we have someone on the set who's standing here and would like me to read this copy which was just handed to me. You want to tell me your name or not? What is it? And Gary, where are you from?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this motherfucker's a frontline soldier. I'm not gonna cap, that boy got the curly hair. Look, chat, look, y'all gotta peep the fit, okay? Y'all gotta understand, when y'all see builds and fits like this, I'm talking about, y'all gotta understand, these motherfuckers they be devious, bro. Look at that, that boy got the jeans with the jacket, the tee with the glasses on, no cut. Oh yeah, nah, he ready to crash.
And Gary, where are you from?
The video was then taken off the air and replaced with a still screen. But thousands of people had already witnessed it live, and police were immediately flooded with calls from viewers. Monitors in the studio clearly indicated they were no longer on the air, but the reporters desperately tried to convince the man he was still on. He believed them and continued to let David read.
I was warned in 1981 by someone with connections at the CIA to stay off the computers, that they didn't trust people on computers. When I began receiving disturbing calls from my parents, which led me to believe that something terrible was going on. I was then forced into a mental hospital in Tallahassee, where I learned that my brother-in-law had been driven insane in the same manner that someone was trying to do to me.
After minutes of this, David finally finishes reading the statement, at which point the man sets down his weapon, and it's revealed that it was only ever an empty BB gun. Police entered the studio and immediately arrested the guy.
You said an empty, so you walked up in there with an empty BB gun. It's like, for what? Like, what was your point, bro? Like, you just went up in there, just like what was you trying to do, bro?
He managed to get in the studio as a guest to an employee. His father, Max Stolman, would sometimes work for KNBC as a reporter. Once inside, Gary waited for the channel to go live before walking into frame. Now, written on the paper Gary wanted read, it turned out to be a nonsense statement on the CIA, alien life, and other conspiracy-type stuff.
Damn!
One of the sections read, "The man who has appeared on KNBC for the past 3 years is not my biological father.
What?
He's a clone, a double created by the Central Intelligence Agency and alien forces."
Yo, what? Oh, no, you can't do this nowadays. If you did this shit nowadays, like today, oh, they would have took your ass out. You would have not went to sleep that night.
Part of a greater plot to overthrow the United States government and possibly the human race itself. Gary was sent to a county jail as he awaited trial. He was found mentally ill and was arranged to get the help he needed.
Wow.
His father later made a statement on the incident, reading, "I do have a sick son. He has been hospitalized a number of times. I'm just thankful he wasn't shot."
That's crazy. That's
in July
insane,
of 2007, WJLA, a TV station in Washington, D.C., was abruptly interrupted from its regular programming. Everything was going as usual, when all of a sudden the screen went black, and without warning, this image appeared on viewers' TVs.
What the fuck?
A close-up, grainy, black and white photo of two human heads,
Yo!
one smiling, one not. Viewers watching live were confused and honestly creeped out.
You wouldn't have to tell me twice. What they had back in the day, everything was electrical, boy. I would have unplugged that shit so fast.
It stayed on screen for several seconds with no movement and no sound, just the image, before abruptly disappearing and returning to the station's regular programming. Many viewers called the station and made posts online trying to get answers.
Like,
In response, the cable company ended up releasing an official statement on the incident. They claimed the image was a still frame from an advertisement for the Oprah Winfrey Show that was scheduled to play later on. Basically, they reasoned that their system somehow glitched in showing the still frame. This explanation left people skeptical. Many searched but found no Oprah Winfrey advertisement showing anything resembling the still frame. It's widely believed the explanation was a cover-up for a successful hijacking of the station.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. They can't tell y'all nothing. If they sat there and told y'all, oh yeah, somebody took over our whole shit, y'all ain't gonna lie, bro. Chat, that would fuck the numbers up. Like, imagine somebody just had a weather forecast, right? Did somebody hijack and put like a monkey ass or something like that? It's bad for the business, bro. It's bad. They can't tell y'all that.
Although, if this is the case, whoever's responsible for it is not identified. Viewers that had footage of the incident found that after posting them online, they were mysteriously getting taken down. There are no surviving videos left on the internet today, and so footage of the incident is now being treated as lost media.
What the?
The only remaining evidence is this picture of the still frame that was shown.
Yo.
It's January 3rd, 2007.
That is so crazy.
The Australian broadcast channel Channel 7 is broadcasting a rerun of an episode of the Canadian television documentary Mayday.
Okay.
At one point during the documentary, the audio suddenly cuts out and is eerily replaced with constant looping of a man yelling the words, "Jesus Christ, help us all, Lord." The visuals remain unchanged. It was only the audio that was affected. One viewer witnessing this pulled out his camera and began recording the strange audio.
What the what?
Help us all, Lord. Jesus Christ, help us all, Lord. Jesus Christ, help us all, Lord.
Oh yeah, hell, boy. What the fuck?
Jesus Christ, help us all, Lord. Jesus Christ, help us all, Lord. Jesus Christ, help us all, Lord. Jesus Christ, help us all, Lord.
What the fuck?
This would go on for over 5 minutes before returning back to the documentary's original sound.
What?
The viewer wrote, "I was channel surfing and heard this weird sound being repeated. It caught my attention as it was very odd, a bit creepy. I thought it was some kind of subliminal message, or that someone must have hacked in. I tried ringing the station for several minutes, but they never picked up." After gathering enough attention, a spokesperson for the network would make a statement. He denied the transmission being a prank or security breach, and actually claimed that the repeated line was a part of the original broadcast. He further stated that the audio actually said, "Jesus Christ, one of the Nazarenes."
Yeah, now that boy lying, boy. Straight, I'm trying to tell y'all.
People took this statement almost as a joke, considering how absurd it was. It's believed the station's audio was temporarily hijacked, and the network didn't want to admit to it. A few independent researchers began an investigation on where the original audio came from, and surprisingly, it was actually found.
What?
It turns out the audio came from the haunting video of Preston Wheeler reacting to an ambush on his convoy in Iraq.
What?
Jesus Christ, help us all, Lord.
This attack occurred after the convoy had made a wrong turn down a dead-end street. Though Preston was fortunate enough to make it out alive.
That is
The finding
crazy.
of this video seemed to raise only more questions, like the reason behind why the hijacker chose to use this audio. No further information would ever be discovered. The whole situation kinda just slowly died down with no real answers. The hijacker responsible was never identified.
Y'all wasn't finding these motherfuckers for shit. Y'all was just letting them sting, bro.